Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server. First is the adjustment on Odette. The developer said she's dealing more damage now that she's immune to stun. To balance, they lowered her ultimate's magic scaling by 150%. Slow is removed and it now has a longer cooldown of 5 seconds. So they removed her dash and now they've lowered the damage in exchange for stun immunity. Should they continue with these changes or just cancel it completely? Next is the adjustment on Tigreal. They will be simplifying his first skill by removing the stacks they added last week. This new version has a stronger slow when compared to official server. Next is the adjustment on Chang'e. Her enhanced basic attack damage is now regarded as basic attack damage. Previously, this was considered skill damage. That means if you're using her standard build, you can no longer activate the slow effect of Ice Queen Wand on her basic attacks. But remember, there was a patch last week where she can lower the cooldown of her second skill each time she deals magic damage. If you like experimenting, you can probably try Trinity build. Or for a safer build, you can add Feather of Heaven for that extra attack speed. Next is the return on Harley's adjustments, which was removed a month ago. Dealing damage will now increase his attack speed by up to 100%. His second skill will now give better movement burst, making it easier to attack and chase enemies with his combo. And this skill will now enter cooldown after the first dash. To balance, they had to adjust his ultimate by lowering its damage in the early and mid game. There's also a new feature where you can see the incoming damage of the ultimate. This is the amount of HP that will be lost after the second part of his ultimate kicks in. So if you see a full brown bar on your hero, that means you will definitely die. Remember, everyone can see this indicator. There are both pros and cons to this one though. For Harley and his team, they no longer have to waste extra skills once they see the enemy with a full brown HP bar. As for the enemy, it allows them to properly time the use of Winter Truncheon and immunity skills. What they'll do is use it only if they see a full brown bar. If there's a bit of red HP bar left, that means they're safe, making it easier for them to save their skills. Next on our list is Terizla. Just like Harley, his first skill now has a damage indicator. You can now see how much incoming damage his first skill will deal. And just like what I said earlier, it has its pros and cons. You can calculate if you need to add more damage, but the enemy can see it as well. Next are more adjustments on Zhong. His ultimate will now give hybrid defense for the entire duration of his ultimate, gaining 60 at max level. That's pretty tanky, right? And he removed the damage when ending his dragon form. His enhanced basic attack now has a bigger range. And his first skill damage is now the same as official server. The developer said they're still testing different optimizations for Zhong, so nothing is final yet. Next is the new hero Ixia. They removed the attack speed boost when activating her passive, but in exchange, they increased her attack speed growth. They also removed her movement speed feature when out of battle. First skill has a higher damage, and the ultimate will now require you to tap the basic attack button continuously. Next is the adjustment on the talent Impure Rage. Heroes without mana will now recover a small amount of HP when using Impure Rage. That's 1% maximum HP as heal. Next is the talent Brave Smite. You can now heal even if you don't apply crowd control to enemies. To trigger the effect, you just need to deal skill damage. This makes it a good talent for those heroes without CC skills. Next is the item Malefic Roar. The developer said percentage penetration should only be used on high defense targets instead of being a go-to option in the early and mid-game. To fix this, they will adjust its effects so that it's better suited against high defense enemies. According to them, damage remains the same against enemies with 200 physical defense. So with this change, it's no longer recommended to use Malefic Roar in the early to mid-game. Who do you think will be affected by this adjustment? Next is the item Scarlet Phantom. It will no longer give double movement speed when dealing critical strikes. That means the maximum movement it can give is 10%. Last one is the new attribute Basic Attack Range. You can now see the exact amount for each hero. A melee hero like Zhong has 1.8, while Layla at max level has 6.1. So what can you say about the update? Do you like the changes on Odette and Chang'e? Share your thoughts in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.